Hi, this is Jenny Pond again for Beyond Nuclear, and we are honored to be here with at the Power Shift 2009 event, and we are here with Dr. Bruno Chareyon, correct? From France, and if you would like to go ahead and introduce yourself and do it appropriately, that would be...
Okay, so my name is Bruno Chareyon.
Okay.
I'm engineer in nuclear physics, working for a French NGO called CRIRAD, C-R-I-I-R-A-D, which means Commission for Independent Research and Information about Radiation. So our mission or work is to measure radiation everywhere, should it be natural radiation or artificial radiation, and to let people know about what we find out about the contamination of their environment.
And in your studies, what have you found out? Are there any chemical contaminants that are released during these processes, during the mining process, that affect the earth? Are there any chemicals that bring destruction to the environment during this process?
In fact, when you mine uranium, you not only mine the metal uranium, you also mine 13 different radioactive substances which are associated with uranium, like radium, radon, polonium, etc. And all those radioactive substances are radiotoxic. Some of them are very, very radiotoxic when you breathe them or when you eat them. And it's a big problem because as long as uranium is just in the Earth's crust, like 10 meters below the surface or 100 meters below the surface, there is no problem. But once you begin to dig it out, you spread this radioactive material away in the air, in the soil, in the water. And it's a very big problem. And each time we made surveys, independent surveys around uranium mines in France or in Niger, for example, we discovered the same kinds of problems. I mean the fact that underground water, surface water, soil, plants are contaminated by the radioactive elements which has been spread away by the mines and or the mills.
And when mining occurs, can you tell us a little bit about the process as far as, does it, when they're mining underground, does it stay in one spot, the drill itself, or does it kind of crack the earth and start to spread and affect water underground?
Yes, when you mine, if it's an open pit or an underground mine, in any case you will fracture the earth because of the explosion of explosives. So you will enhance the ability of the air and the water to go through the uranium deposits and to spread away this uranium. Second point, when you mine, you put on the surface the radioactive rocks that you have been digging. And using a Geiger-Müller counter, you check radiation. If the rock is quite active, it means that there is a lot of uranium, and you will send it to the mill to get uranium. But then, the other types of rocks, which are less radioactive, are called, in French, sterile waste rocks. And the problem is that we found in France and in Niger that those waste rocks, which are radioactive, have been reused by the companies, by the people, by the local authorities to build roads or even to build basements for schools or any kind of buildings. And it's a big problem because this kind of waste rock have a level of radiation that can be 2, 10, 40 times above natural value. So the people which are living on those radioactive rocks receive doses of radiation which are not good for health. And now we are fighting in France with a local NGO to ask Areva, the big French company, to get back those radioactive rocks at various places where they have been reused during the past 20 or 30 years. But it's a very hard fight because the company does not want to decontaminate, to secure all the places. We identified about 80 different places near only one mine where those radioactive rocks have been reused, and to date Areva decontaminated 10 places. One school, the parking of a restaurant, the courtyard in front of a farm, and the basement of a sawmill, but it's not enough.
Do you find that your government is receptive to hearing more about what is going on with Areva and as far as the uranium mining in France is concerned?
Not yet. What happened very recently, 2 weeks ago, is that CRIRAD, we participated in a TV program in France, which has been managed by the French national television. And this program has been seen by 3 million French people. And in this program, we show that uranium mining in France is a bad thing. We show in this program the contamination of water, of soil, and etc. So I think it may be a good signal. I mean, it may be an important step for improving people understanding about the impact of uranium mining in France. The French Minister of the Environment, Mr. Borloo, in this TV program said, "Oh, I'm really surprised by such findings, and if it's true, I will act very efficiently, and I promise you that in 1 year time, all these problems of contamination will be solved," which is impossible.
Yeah.
So we will see what will happen. But what is sure is that the population, especially in France, do not have enough information about the consequences of uranium mining. And the reason for that is that it's because the companies and even official laboratories do not give proper figures, data about the contamination. For example, anytime we checked radiation near French uranium mines, we discovered that the official monitoring devices were located at places where you had no radiation, while a few meters or a few tenths of meters away you could find contaminated meadows or yards or pathways. And it's really a big problem. It means that the official monitoring systems seem to be designed not to see the reality of the contamination. So then the governments and the officials do not get an appropriate vision of the situation.
And the media doesn't cover it. The newspaper